Alrighty, party peoples of the interwebs, it's Sunday, which means it's about time for Viva and Barnes Law Extravaganza at 1800 hours Eastern Time every Sunday. It's the bestest, most amazing law show you'll watch all week. Sunday night, we are going to talk about the Supreme Court rulings that have been issued this week. We will talk about the one that has not yet been issued on Trump's immunity, which should be issued next week as at the time of shooting this vlog. We sure as sugar are going to be talking about Joe Biden's disastrous, monumentally, epically, unheard of, disastrous debate against Donald Trump. And Dan Bongino asks the question a lot, has it gotten bad enough for the people who are supporting the capital D Democrats, supporting Biden? Has it gotten bad enough yet for them to say, no, we have had enough of this and we are not going to support not only the man, but the regime? Joe Biden gets up in front of the world, and I don't want to say embarrasses himself because I honestly feel bad for him. Donald Trump feels bad for him. At one point during the debate, Trump said, look, I don't know what you just said at the end of the sentence, and I don't think you know either.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
It was an abject disaster, but it wasn't an abject disaster as in a one-off bad performance, as Obama would like you to believe.
Bad debate nights happen. Trust me, I know. But this election is still a choice between someone who has fought for ordinary folks his entire life and someone who only cares about himself. Between someone who tells the truth, who knows right from wrong, and will give it to the American people straight, and someone who lies through his teeth for his own benefit. Last night didn't change that, and it's why so much is at stake in November. JoeBiden.com.
As Biden would like you to believe.
I don't want you to see First Lady Jill Biden escorting her husband off the stage last night, but she insists he did a great job.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the...
It wasn't a one-off poor performance. It's the culmination of years of degradation. It's the culmination of years of lies. They have been lying to us, to you, for years. I predicted this before the debate even went down, that I thought it was a setup of sorts so that Biden would have the most epic, monumental public meltdown, such that people would finally see, the MSM would be forced to admit, yes, it's time to replace this demented, senile man who should be in a nursing home. And I say that not to be mean. He should be in a nursing home being taken care of, not being paraded around public by evil Dr. Jill being exploited for political profit.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the...
I hypothesized that this was going to be a monumental meltdown for Joe Biden so that someone else could fill his shoes, say a younger, more invigorating version of Joe Biden. I don't know, maybe Gavin Newsom, who's already been playing the role for the last little while.
Your reaction to what we saw on screen?
Well, not on the substance. He won the debate. I'm old school. I'm old-fashioned. That's what matters to me. I thought the lies, I was taking notes about all the lies. I ran out of paper.
So back down here at the border, Tijuana, right behind me, San Diego sector, this is the San Ysidro port of entry, not too far away, which is the largest in the Western Hemisphere.
Politics is the absolute dirtiest industry on earth. Dirtier than prostitution, I tell you. Dirtier than the practice of law, which is why I think so many lawyers go into politics. Everybody knew Joe Biden has lost it. Everybody's known he's lost it for years.
I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
He wants to get away with, get rid of the ability of Medicare
But the regime would sooner prop up a mentally deficient human for the political profit of the party because it's party over country and has been for a very long time. But they knew that he's demented. They knew that he's unfit, and they needed an excuse so that the public support would tolerate replacing him at the last minute. That was my theory. A lot of people hypothesizing this was a setup for Trump. Trump has acumen. Trump is intellectually fit. And he wasn't going to get set up in a transparent way by CNN. At least it would be harder to set Trump up for a public debacle of a failure. My theory was that they were doing this to Biden so that they could justify replacing him. And who might want to replace him? Well, I put my money on Gavin Newsom. Kamala Harris, you know that she'd be happy with the presidency.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
Who else I don't know, Satan herself, Hillary Clinton? You think that the vultures are not circling the carcass, waiting for their jab at the meat?
What difference at this point does it make?
You think that they're not waiting to ascend to the most powerful position in the world? They are vultures of the highest order. The media, who has seen their livelihood insured, so to speak, by Biden, now finally recognize that they can no longer promote this lie to the people. All but the most disingenuous and dishonest of the MSM blue checkmark hacks have now been forced to admit it. The View, my goodness, has been forced to admit it. The View, they come out there and they say the problem is not Joe Biden, his dementia, his inability to string together a coherent thought. It was that Jake Tapper, Dana Bash, and CNN didn't fact check in real time Donald Trump. They didn't push back on Donald Trump because The View knew how demented and incapable Joe Biden was, but they're relying on the moderators of a debate to do tag team debating against the candidate. When the candidate himself, and they know it, cannot defend himself, cannot present his ideas in a coherent manner. They wanted CNN to team up and tag team against Donald Trump.
I've known Joe Biden and I love Joe Biden, and I've known Joe Biden for over 20 years. I've never seen Joe Biden like I saw him last night. Sure. It is worrisome. But to me, the binary, until Joe Biden tells me he's giving up, I'm not giving up on Joe Biden.
There was something about the debate that threw him into this state that he was in, because watch this. While Donald Trump was probably enjoying a celebratory platter of cheeseburgers, President Biden made an appearance at a watch party a little while after the debate, and he scarcely resembled the guy from earlier in the evening. This is really unbelievable. Watch.
The problem is not that Biden has now been exposed for the world as the demented, senile old man that he is and has been for years. The question now is, who the hell has been in charge for the last 2, 3, 4 years? Who has been in charge? It sure as heck has not been Biden. He's not been able to make a coherent decision himself for years. Who has been pulling the strings, and how have they been lying to the people for the last some odd years, digging a hole so deep that we are on the brink of World War III. We are on the brink of an invasion on the southern border because we've been led to believe that this senile, demented old fool has been in charge when he clearly hasn't been. And now it's been laid so bare for the world to see that they can't even promote that lie anymore. Now they need to shift into he needs to be replaced. What's going to happen? I have no bleeming idea, but it ain't good because you have a bunch of vultures circling that carcass waiting for their turn to try to ascend to power. They will do whatever they can in order to do it. And you'll have the regime itself, who has been propping up this old man, do anything they possibly can to allow him to maintain in power so that they can win another election. It just needs to be a warm body. And some Democrats, capital D Democrats, will vote for it. All right, we're going to talk about this a little more tonight. 1800 o'clock Eastern Central. Eastern time. 6 o'clock, people. 6 o'clock Eastern time. Barnes and I were going to talk about this, the SCOTUS decisions, and a slew of other subjects. If you like what I do, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Make sure that when a video of mine comes up, you drop a comment. You like the thing, you hit the thing with the thumbs up.
Do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on, sweetie. Do it.
Okay.
Do it. 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 Come on, do it.
Do
seriously,
what?
seriously. Do it. Do it. Do it.
If you don't like my video, drop a thumbs down. Let me know why. Share it with someone who you think would like it. Share it with someone who you know would not like it. But most importantly, eat healthy, get outside, exercise, talk to people in real life, and now you know your vlog. Peace out, peeps. Booyah!
Comparing that guy's mental state, I've said it for years now. He's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. And, you know, I don't know if people know this or not, Biden used to be a hothead. Sometimes that Irishman would get in front of the reasoning. Sometimes he would say things he didn't want to say. This is, and I don't really, you know what, I don't really care. Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it.